next commentary as well, and that would be Pasuk Chav Gimel, right? The Pasuk 23 in chapter 10, and it says that Ulechol b'nei Israel chaya or, and for all the Jewish people there was light. And so the question that he's asking, if the pasuk, right, it was light, right? It says, "Be'moshvatechem," right, in their dwellings. Ulechol b'nei Israel chaya or b'moshvatam, in their dwellings. But he says it couldn't be just telling us that the Jews had the light in their homes, right? Because that's something that's already a given. The whole point is we're punishing Mitzrayim with darkness. We're not punishing Jews with darkness. So obviously Jews in their homes got to have light, right? So he says, what is it telling us? And especially, what is this and for all? Obviously, you're telling me Jews have light, Egyptians have darkness. So all the Jews have light. So what's this ulechol, and for all? And, combined with b'moshvatam, in those dwellings, in their dwellings. So he says the idea is very interesting. He says that it means that for every single Jew, when he went into a house of a Misri, who had darkness in that house, for him personally, the light accompanied him into the house of Egyptian, right? So every Jew was surrounded by this special light that was following him wherever he was going in that house. So that the Jew wasn't in the darkness, because the Jews, remember, Hashem asked them to go and do an inventory of the gold and silver and other precious things that the Egyptians have, that they were supposed to ask for them afterwards, right? And for that, you need light. You need to see what you're doing, right? So he says, right, that the light was accompanying every single Jew individually on his quest into the home of the Egyptians. Right, so no matter, he says, no matter where a Jew would go, right, he would always have the light. But the word "moshvatam" in their dwellings, he says, can mean not that obviously they had light at home, in the Jewish home, but in their homes, in the homes of Egyptians. When the Jew went to the home of an Egyptian, in that home, in the home of that Egyptian, he also had light. In their dwellings, not in our dwellings. And it worked in an amazing way, because you couldn't have it where when the Jew walks into Egyptian's home and that Egyptian right now is in the darkness, that suddenly you bring the light with you and Egyptian has a light. That couldn't happen. So Hashem made it that miraculously, while it continued to be dark for an Egyptian resident of that building, at the same time, the Jew was walking around that home, and for him it wasn't. For him it was light at the same time. So now he gives us a more allegorical explanation. He says that this is maybe what the Chazal meant in another midrash, where they said that in the Olam Haba, in the world to come, the wicked will be enveloped by darkness, right? And that's the darkness of Gehenna, right? That's the Egyptians got to experience this right then and there. It was like a preview of Gehenna for Egyptians during their lifetime. And by contrast, Hashem showed or allowed the Jews to experience the light that we know that the righteous people will experience in the world to come, right? So just like the Egyptians who deserve Gehenna got to experience the darkness of Gehenna in the real, straight-up physical world, the same way Hashem gave the Jews a preview, an experience of the light of Olam Haba also in this same physical world. So it was like a ability to experience the true reality in our temporary current reality. Right? In our temporary current reality, everything is backwards. Right? Usually, good people suffer, bad people prosper. Right? And it seems like there's a lot of light for the bad people, and the good people often experience hard times, darkness in their life. Hashem said, I will give you a preview of how a true reality is and will be perpetually once the time comes. I will give you a short preview right now. And it's important for us to have this preview because, first of all, we see that the people that deserve it eventually, sooner or later, will get what they deserve, will get their darkness of Gehenna. And good people that deserve to be rewarded, sooner or later, will experience and will get their light, right? And when we experience something in this life, we know it's possible. Once you know it is possible, even later, if you chas v'shalom have to go through the period of darkness, you know there's Hashem's light waiting for you. And you also know that this Nasi Yimach Shemua, or this Ayatollah, or Bernie Sanders, or some other horrible individual will get what they deserve. It's just a matter of time, and Hashem will decide the time and place, but it will undoubtedly happen. You know, people that deserve it will get what they deserve. In good way and in a judgmental way for those that deserve a judgment.